The inspirations of Call of Duty Infinite Warfare are obvious. The influences of Destiny, Mass Effect, and even the 2007 classic Call of Duty Modern Warfare are all present and accounted for in a sci-fi romp that's as enjoyable as it is derivative. From a slick opening mission that takes place on Jupiter's moon to raiding enemy cruisers for equipment and intel, Infinite Warfare manages to cram in a fair amount of variety. Not all of it is exactly original though. Sniping enemies across asteroid fields may sound unique, but in practice it's similar to the classic all-gillied up mission from Modern Warfare. Perusing through the tight corridors of your ship, the retribution, and interacting with your crew reminds us of Mass Effect. There's a sense of familiarity that we can't shake off. This extends to the game's presentation too. It is replete with gorgeous sights, peppered with visuals that would fit in with Destiny. There are also a fair number of cutscenes in Infinite Warfare, which give it a more cinematic feel, something its predecessors lacked. All of these go a long way in masking a formula that's essentially been unchanged for the longest time. You can hack robots, throw explosives that tell you how many enemies are wounded or killed during a blast, and of course shoot a seemingly endless number of disposable soldiers right between the eyes. Some of the weapons have secondary modes, such as shotguns that turn into pistols, and gadgets galore such as the grappling hook and jetpack add another dimension to the combat. But the moment-to-moment gameplay is in the vein of older Call of Duty games. So if you're looking for something a bit twitchier, you won't find it here. And while the arsenal on offer is varied, they appear to have the same recoil, range, and modes as you'd expect from previous entries in the franchise. However, the big differentiator this time around is aerial combat. You'll control a space fighter called the Jackal in sequences that have you locking on against opposing pilots, gunning them down and avoiding their fire, along with bigger ships to board or destroy. It's easy to get the hang of, with little to come in the way of the action. If you're expecting flying segments as difficult as Grand Theft Auto 5, think again. And when you're done with that, there's zombies. Much like Black Ops 3's take on the mode, it's entertaining, but you really need to play this with others. While developer Infinity Ward has dug in to make Infinite Warfare's single-player campaign a memorable affair, we wish you could say the same about the multiplayer. There are classes known as combat rigs, similar to Black Ops 3's specialist system. Despite the attempts to liven up proceedings with persistent abilities known as traits, an interesting challenge system, and a plethora of guns, it feels generic. More so in a year that's seen more unique takes and earnest attempts from games such as Overwatch. What makes matters worse is the game's microtransaction model that allows players to buy weapons with better stats and upgrades, making it a pay-to-win affair. As it stands, Infinite Warfare is inconsistent. The single player is entertaining enough to keep well-worn gameplay mechanics from getting stale, while the multiplayer and monetization model are glaring points of concern. If you're one of the many legions of fans of the series, this will do little to change your mind. But if you're on the edge or simply looking to get it for Call of Duty Modern Warfare Remastered, which will be sold separately later, we recommend waiting it out. If you like this video, hit the thumbs up button and subscribe. You can also follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Gadgets360.